Scott says, so Scott Ryan says, there is a deeply competitive online environment for reverse mortgages. Okay, the reason is because mortgage brokers can make huge fees here. On average of $10,000 for a residential home loan. Since much of this business is conducted over the phone and borrowers are used to it, they're typically entering their locality in their search queries. They are not typically entering their locality in their search queries. Also, the bank's providing this product in multiple states, not just 2 or 3, but 20, 30, and even up to all 50 states. Big banks from all around the nation are ubiquitous in this arena. I managed to score a #1 organic position with a YouTube video, thanks to your great information, Joe. Yeah, you're welcome. Great job. Great execution. In Port St. Lucie, Florida, a city with a population of about 189,000. So is there a way to breach this fortress? So there is a way to breach this fortress, but it isn't easy. I know your head is reeling from the ideas you have to generate leads for this. And what is more, I've got a broker willing to pay me 25% of the fees. So I'm assuming if you get 10K for a reverse, they get 10K for a reverse mortgage, he's willing to pay you 25% of that. Okay. So Scott Ryan says, I guess my question comes in 3 parts. So first and foremost, #1, what is the best way to break into this market, nationally or locally? And #2, will Google pick up a local listing even if the customer is not using their local geographical city in their search term? And then #3, what should the video have to make people become at least a warm lead, right? So what are the contents of the video? All right. So Scott, I'm gonna do my best to really help you, man, but I'm gonna take a little bit of a different stab at it, okay? Because I think this is what will help you the most. So let's see, where's my video here? So first and foremost, wow, don't make fun of my handwriting. Don't you dare. So first and foremost, we're gonna start with instant traffic sources. And that looks like it's like really going uphill, but it's really not. Maybe my monitor's a little tilted. So first and foremost, guys, I wouldn't start with video and ranking videos, right? I think that frankly, at the end of the day, that's gonna be a waste of time. And what I mean by that is like whenever you get into a new market, time is money, right? We've all heard that, but like I can just tell you guys firsthand that I've wasted a lot of time in markets where I shouldn't have even have been there. What I mean is I go and I spend months and months and months just to get traffic flowing, right? Because I'm going after organic traffic. So I do that, I get it flowing, and then I find out that my back end, right, like my client isn't such a great client. So I've wasted 2 months, 3 months, 4 months building up the momentum of organic traffic, only to find out, right, that I have no way to monetize that revenue. If you guys have been there before, give me some feedback in the chat, right? Either on GoTo or here on YouTube. And if you're watching this anywhere else after it's live, give me some comments, give me some feedback, right? So this is going to happen often. So for me, I can't let this happen. I'm not willing to invest all that time and effort for months and months and months to build this thing up, only to like let it fall afterwards. Like I'm counting on this thing like it's my golden freaking ticket and I'm gonna make $1 million with this thing, and then it just quite literally backfires in my face, right? Like for me, don't do that, right? So for me, focus on instant traffic sources, right? So if I were you, I would either focus on, for example, I would focus on Google Ads, right? Or I would focus on Facebook. And you guys know me, I'm a Google guy, right? Like I'm a search guy. I am not a big proponent of Facebook ads, right? At least for helping local businesses. I think that a phone call is usually the way to go, at least with the businesses that I work with these days, and have always really specialized in helping. So the reason that I start with instant traffic sources like Google Ads or Facebook is so that I can go spend some money and I can see what happens, right? And for me, guys, this is like my market test. This is my benchmark. For me, I can get this to happen if I have instant traffic sources, right? Like Google Ads or Facebook. I can get this to happen in a week or 2 weeks or maybe a month at most. I can really understand what's going on. I can understand what it takes to generate a lead. I can understand how many leads it's going to take to actually close a deal, right? And I can figure out as well, potentially even more importantly, if you're working with a client or a partner on this, I can find out as well if that partner's any good, right? Or whether they are just complete and utter garbage, right? So I want to know this sooner rather than later, right? I don't want to wait 60, 90, 120 days plus to get organic traffic methods really cranked up. So Scott asks, right, the first one is like, what's the best way to break into the niche? Start a test, right? First and foremost, with one of the instant traffic sources, okay? If I were you, I would take a test budget here and I would pitch this to my prospect, right? The guy that's willing to give you 25%, say that you're gonna go to work for free for him. You're gonna do all the setup, you're gonna run all the ads yourself, right? But he needs to pay the ad spend, right? And let's see if he's as big as his game talks about, right? Let's see if he's still there standing, and if he still is, then by all means, run the test, right? And get that data, but get it fast. Like, don't freaking wait around. You don't have all day, okay? So first and foremost, this would be my primary step, right? So then two, you ask, will Google pick up a local listing for a video, even if that local search phrase isn't being used in the keyword search? And the answer is yes, right? But at the end of the day, where the real power is ranking for the big keywords, right? Without the locality in the search, okay? As long as you figure out this part and it's worth it, right? You understand what it takes to generate a lead, you understand the cost, you understand the return that you're going to get out of this, then you can fund all the videos you want. You could go hit the top 200 most populated cities in the United States with videos that are optimized and that are going to rank. And you actually have the budget to do this, right? But if you don't do this, I think that your plan goes to shit. Like it goes to hell in a handbasket, like really, really quickly. And then number three is, what should the video have to make people at least a warm lead, right? So if you're warming people up with a warm lead, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess, like for me, you need a good headline and you need to understand your market. You need to understand the problem. So with my headlines, typically, right, if I was going to do something like this, I would probably have a headline that was something like, to blank, right, without blank, right? So how to get a reverse mortgage without whatever it is that the industry doesn't like, whatever it is that they don't like, right? So how to get a reverse mortgage without having to shop for a reverse mortgage, right? Like we'll go get all the work for you. We'll go do the shopping for you, right? You could simply be the home advisor of reverse mortgages, right? That can be a great pitch. Like we'll get you the best deal. Don't just go with one quote. Okay, so you need a good headline. Okay, in the intro, then you're just going to talk about the headline. Okay, then you're going to talk next about the steps, okay, that you need to actually do this. I would add in there something like what to look out for. Wow, that was really bad. Right, and then I would do a final call to action. Okay, so again, how to do blank without blank. That would be my intro and also my headline. Okay, I would pull in the exact steps to do this, right? What they have to do. Okay, then I go through what to look out for. Here are the obstacles, right? Here are the issues. And then finally, I'd have a final call to action. Scott Ryan, does that help, brother? Scott says you're already pointing me in the right direction. Good stuff, my man. Good stuff. All right, so we got that done. And Mike, I got your message here, so we can move on to you as well, buddy. The YouTube chat is just a little delayed. All right. Scott Ryan says, we'll do all of this. Thank you so much, Joe. Yeah, so start with the instant traffic sources. Figure this shit out now. Don't wait 30, 60, 90, 120 days to start figuring it out. See what the numbers are now and then work backwards, right? And if these numbers don't work, understand that these numbers over time, your Google Ads vault, your Google Ads CPA and Facebook CPA will start to probably decrease to some degree because you're going to start to understand what's working and what's not, okay? But on the other side, you got to figure out if the client that you have is going to work for you. So I hope this helps, brother.